Good morning YouTube, it's Trev here, Summit or Nothing, out in the garden today. I'm going to do another tent comparison, another tent off. Now today's tents I'm going to look at are my two favourite tents. The 3F UL Gear Lanshan 2 versus the Naturehike Cloud Up 2 upgrade. First things first, you can look at the two different packages. That is a lot smaller, a lot more compact, the Lanshan, than the Cloud Up. Obviously there's poles in there isn't poles in here. So I'm going to weigh them both and we'll see which is heavier, which is lighter. But I'm going to weigh this with my hiking poles. Now the beauty of the Lanshan is that you can use your hiking poles to put them up, which is great if you use hiking poles and you have hiking poles with you. I take mine especially for the Lanshan, I don't really use them. So is it beneficial? We're going to find out. Okay, so the Lanshan first, including my hiking poles, which aren't the lightest hiking poles, comes in at 1.95 kilograms. Can you see? 1.95 kilograms. Keep that in mind. Okay, so now the Cloud Up 2, including poles, 1.71. Look at that, 1.71. So it's not as compact, but you don't have to carry extra poles, and it comes in lighter. So what a surprise. I thought it would have been the other way round. Just out of interest, without the poles, the Lanshan is 1.41 kilograms. So if you can find lighter poles, then I guess you can shave some of the weight off of that. Anyway, now we're going to put them up. So the first tent I'm going to put up is the Lanshan 2. I've took this out quite a lot through the summer. It's nice, it's compact, it's lightweight. I really enjoyed using it. Okay, let's go. On your marks, get set, go. Still wet from last time. Yeah. Let's get the poles to the right height. Oh, the heads fell off. Oh, it's way too high. Oh, making it look difficult. Now, the last couple of times I've been out, this hasn't happened. It seems to be a bit soft in the ground here, and the pegs are pulling out as soon as you pull in tight. It is worth noting. Stop. Okay. Right, I've had it up better than that, if you'd have seen my last few videos. But it does go to prove a point that it is a fiddly tent. I was pulling it tight and it was pulling out, pinging out of the ground on the opposite ends. I'd also like to point out that I've had to buy additional pegs for it. Now you might tell me that this is because I'm an idiot, maybe I am, but there didn't seem to be enough pegs. I like to peg the bottom corners twice. Yeah, the first time I took it out I didn't have enough pegs to sort of double peg the corners, but then it keeps the basin sort of rised up. Last time, the first time I took it out, it was all flapping about. Also then I can peg out the outer sheet, which incidentally it all comes clipped together, which is lovely and handy. So I have bought extra pegs just to stop that sort of thing happening. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Now we're going to carry on, put up the next tent, the Cloud Up 2. Let's go for it. as you know, there's loads of videos on this tent on my channel. I've excessively tested it. The inner just hangs up here. As you can see, there is mesh, but there's not, you know, it's still not as much mesh as the inside of the Lanshan. Pinning the outer over the top of the inner, but you can put the outer up first if it's raining. Ta-da! So there's the cloud up too. So you can see I'm a bit better at putting that up. More of a routine. Like I said, the last couple of times I've took this out, I haven't had any trouble with it. It's just today. It's typical really. But don't let that blur your judgment. I just ain't got time to do it again. Now we know it's nice and lightweight, but it's also, because the inside is entirely mesh, it's very cold. And you can get a winter skin, and they also now they do what they call a flames creed, which I think is black or maybe green, so you can make it a bit more suitable for the colder weather. So far looking like that, I don't think that would last in a gust of wind, but don't let that put you off, because it is a fantastic little tent, as I'm sure you'll all love to let me know in the comments. This is a favourite for many people, and I've really enjoyed it. Taking it out on the coast path, it just packs up really small, you don't really notice that you're carrying it. I will look to get the winter versions. See, the pegs are just pulling out at the moment. Maybe I've got it a bit too tight. And it's also worth noting that I haven't tried this in the wind or the rain yet. So there is still some tests to go, but I've seen a lot of other people's videos where they've used it in the wind and rain and it's stood up to all sorts of conditions. So yeah, but as soon as I get to test it, I will share that video with you. But yeah, don't be put off. It is a great tent. I'm just an idiot, and I was rushing then, and that's what happens when you rush. The bonus of the Lanshan is that it has two doors, one on either side, which is a design that I like. So you can see right there, excuse all the litter from last time, I haven't cleaned it out. Yes, you can get in from either side, so if you have gear you can put on one side and climb in the other, not get all your wet stuff all over your bed. Or if there's two of you, you can have a side each. I went out with my son and we did fit in there okay. So this is the inside of the Lanshan. Very bright. There is a pocket down there, you see. And one on this end as well. It's probably about the same size as the Cloud Up 2, but having two sides to get in sort of makes it feel a bit more roomy. But it's very light. As soon as the sun comes up in this, it wakes you up really. It's that bright. The other colours are a better option. Obviously I used the white Cloud Up for a long time, so it's not really an issue to me. It has got, I think, a bit of a taller sort of bathtub bottom in the Cloud Up. Let's have a double check of that. Yeah, see, the Cloud Up is very shallow across the back there. So Cloud Up 2 obviously is, you know, it comes in the green, which is always good for stealth camping. It's a front entrance only. It's a bit of a shame, but you know, I survived with one door for that long that it's not really an issue. Inside here, there's a hook up here to hang a light. There's a single pocket up here above the door. There's enough room for one man and all your belongings, probably not two. There is a bit of a fair sized vestibule. You could keep your rucksack and your boots out there. You wouldn't necessarily fit two people's rucksack there, I shouldn't think though. So yeah, it feels a bit pokier than the Lanshan. But I've been out in this tent in wind, rain, in the snow, in the winter, and it's survived, and it's kept me warm, and it's kept me dry. I did get beaten up at 50 mile an hour or 60 mile an hour winds at one point, but it did survive, and I'll put it up to have a look and assess the damage. It was fine, so that's handy to know. So anyway, there's me 2 tents. Now we're going to time and see how long it takes to pack them both away. We'll start with the Cloud Up 2, go! Going to fold it over, ready to shove it in a minute. Fold it all 3 together. Ta-da! So that's the Cloud Up 2 packed away. That was reasonably painless. So now we'll move over to the Lanshan 2. Go. Shove it down. Just realised I've still left all my litter in there. And it's away. So again, not too bad time to sort of pack that away. Even though I roll the Naturehike up rather than shove it in. It's not that much of a task to roll it up, and it fits nicely into that bag. This one here fits with a bit of shoving. You can get it all in. I did try rolling this before, and it's not the best technique, to be honest. So that's why I like to just shove that in. So the 2 tents tested, compared. Anyway, let me know in the bottom if you've had any experience with the Cloud Up 2 or the Lanshan 2, and yeah, I'd love to hear from you. So it's a really close one, and I'm not entirely sure which way I'm swinging. The Lanshan is a bit more of a fiddle, but once you get that down to a T, it is a great little tent. I have put it up without issues. The Cloud Up 2 though is trusted, took it out extensively, it's done its job. Slightly bigger packaging. You know, if you're carrying hiking poles, then this is a great tent for you because you don't need any poles, so you can save that weight. And it does come in other options, other colours, but the Naturehike, I have tested it in the wind and the rain, and it has done me proud. It hasn't got the 2 doors, like the Lanshan. It's got the 2 doors, it feels a bit roomier. It's freestanding, it's easily adjustable in the wind. You can just move it around fairly easily. With that, it's a bit more of a fiddle. As soon as you start doing pegs, it all collapses. So yeah, I think just for the sake of this video, the Naturehike just about pips it at the post. You know, you might disagree. Anyway, that was another Summit or Nothing tent off. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers.